Good morning, everyone. It's just a very quick video to remind you why is it so important that you read the books, that you get the material, that you listen to lectures, and you literally force yourself to understand the logic and the laws of nature and how the body works. Because when you leave this in the dark, when you don't understand the rules, and we all, this is a fundamental fear. I don't know if you've seen the video when I was recommending Napoleon's Hill book, Think and Grow Rich, and I was referring to the last chapter, How to Outwit the Sixth Ghost of Fear. One of the major fears out of these six is the fear of ill health. So it's not something that we can avoid. It's something that is part of us. We all fear ill health, especially when everywhere we look today, it's so popular and it's so frequent to see people who are suffering. I don't know what you see, but I literally everywhere I go, literally every conversation that I have, there is something to do with naming someone, a member of the family or the person himself, that has some kind of a condition, a mental condition or physical condition. So it's literally every corner and everywhere with everyone at some point or another. So if we're not going to get knowledgeable about this, if we're not going to educate ourselves, and there is really no reason why not, because it's not expensive and it's completely free. I'm not talking about books, but also books don't cost a fortune, that a lot of lectures for free that you can learn. Because that fear, if we leave still that fear in the dark, then that fear of ill health will have to, as I was explaining in a previous video, there is an amazing book called Confessions of a Medical Heretic by Robert S. Mendelsohn. He was a pediatrician. He worked in the States for intensive 30 years. He was very popular in the 70s and 80s. He appeared in many shows and many radio programs. It was in those days when it was more, it was easier to talk about conventional medicine disadvantages openly, because the media wasn't as biased and as bribed and bought as today. So he was literally talking against the useless solutions that, and also the dangers that the conventional medicine has to offer to humanity. And he wasn't really sparing on words. So he says that if we're all afraid of doctors, we're all afraid of ill health, we're all afraid of hospitals. And he was referring to children. He says kids are so afraid of doctors and physicians and hospitals and surgeries, because he said they know, their sense of danger hasn't been corrupted yet. And he said also adults afraid by the same problem. They're also afraid, but they can't even admit it to themselves. So they try to shift that fear towards something else. So instead, and listen to this part, I was so shocked to see how easy he just articulate that fear. He said instead of taking the fear of ill health and understanding how to counteract it and learn and get informed and educated about the matter, we shifted and we become afraid of our body. We become afraid of the symptoms and the processes that go inside our body. And I see it literally in so many cases when people are so scared with natural phenomena that goes on in their body, because they had shifted that fear from ill health, doctors, hospitals, procedures, pain, suffering, into the fear of really how the body reacts and how the body is behaving when things go out of hands. And he said, when you fear something, you avoid it, you ignore it, you pretend it doesn't exist. And this is what happened to so many people. They literally ignore the body. They don't listen. They don't understand what hunger is all about. They don't understand what thirst is all about. They don't understand what being satiated is all about and how to read it. They definitely don't understand what the role of pain in that system called health. So they just, because they're so afraid and they don't understand, and that ignorance in some cases cost people their life, they rather take something to just numb them down, literally swallowing the blue pill, and they rather go back to sleep. So I urge you to not stay in that stage. If you're there, shake yourself up and change. If you're not there, make sure you're never going to get there. Get yourself educated, learn a little bit every day, make it a habit. You're not doing it for anyone else. First, you're doing it for yourself, and then you become a role model so you can influence other people and spread the word of health and vitality all over the planet. So have a brilliant day. Hope it helps.